I filed a default judgment, but they wouldn't let me file it in the county.
Okay, well then, like I said, when the clerk of the court gives you a problem with filing, one of the easiest ways to get something filed with the clerk of the court's office is send it through the mail. Because once it gets through the mail, she has to file it. If you go to the window, if you try to go to the window and hand it to her, she can make up all kinds of nonsense, ridiculous nonsense. But like when I had that problem down here and the clerk of the court said no to me, I said, hang on a second, lady, I'll be right back. I went out and found the Secretary of State's phone number. I called up the state Attorney General's office. I talked to some woman down there, and I said, I'm having difficulty with accessing the court down here. And she's like, what seems to be the problem? It's like, well, I'm trying to file this paperwork with the clerk of the court. I asked her to file it on demand to get it before the judge and let him make a ruling on it to determine whether or not it's frivolous or, whatever he wants to make the deterrent. But she doesn't have a license to practice law. She can't administrate my property. She can't interpret my paperwork. She's not even supposed to be reading my stuff. That's not for her eyes. She's just supposed to be a file clerk. I just want her to put it in a file and let the judge or the jury determine the matter. She's not supposed to be here adjudicating the matter, is she? And they were like, no. I said, well, I'm going to make a simple lawsuit against this lady. Either she does what I ask her to do, or I'm going to sue you folks for $15,000. And she said, well, what do you need? I said, well, first of all, I want the case filed in chronological order. I want every piece of paper, saying page 1 of 50, 2 of 50. I want it in chronological order. I want it certified and complete. And then I want her to accept the filing to amend the order. And if she doesn't, I said, I'm going to sue you. So she said, hang on a second. I said, the lady's a real nice lady and all. I'm sure she'd be nice to be a neighbor, but as a clerk of the court, she's interfering in my rights, and I'm going to demand that my rights would be recognized. I said, well, I'm going to have a jury restore them. I said, I don't care. So she called the clerk of the court, and she said she'll have all the paperwork ready for you. Where do you want to send it? Where do you want us to mail it? I said, I'll pick it up in a little while. She said, no, it's going to be tomorrow morning. I said, okay, fine, I'll pick it up first thing tomorrow morning. She's like, are you upset with her? I said, no. She said, can you pick it up at where the metal detector guy stands at the front of the door? I said, yeah, just leave it with the metal detector guy, and I'll pick up all the paperwork there. I said, I don't care. I said, I'm going to mail the paperwork to her. I said, just tell her file stamp it, time stamp it, send it back to me. I said, that way, until she calms down, I calm down a little bit. Yeah, that's fine. I got no problem not walking back into the clerk of court's office and getting her upset or seeing me and making her nervous. I said, that's fine. I'm a big guy. I understand. So that's all you have to do. Simple things like that. When you file something, when you mail something to the clerk of court's office, you just send, you make sure that you put your copy in it with a self-addressed stamped envelope, pre-stamped envelope, and you tell her, she put your copy, stamp your copy, and send it back to you. So that way you know that you got your copy, and she put it into the file. But if you have a problem, man, like I said, go right to the state attorney general's office and say that my access to the court is being interfered with. They'll get through them real quick. I had it done in a couple hours, man. It was done.